Yes, number 11 is a discussion of zone change to R10 in the following parcels. These parcels are located in Wellington Meadows and they're adjacent to the Whiting Road area. Wayne, would you like to address these?
Yes, this is another area that has been forgotten by the zone changes behind. These are the houses on the east side of Whiting Road in front of Wellington Meadows. And they extend from basically the west side, I'm sorry. They extend basically from the Williams Farmers Field all the way north to Lakeshore Road. And there's like one row of parcels that were originally built on when it was still agricultural. And then the tracks behind them were developed and changed to residential. And now the parcels in front are still agricultural in a residential district, and we had a request to change like 4 of these, and we were looking at the map and we decided it would make more sense to go all the way north to the Lakeshore Road.
It's very similar to Oak Drive.
Yeah, very
same
similar.
thing.
Yeah.
I think we should go forward and set the date of September 14th for the public hearing. That's in the form of a motion.
Second.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Ryda?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes. Number 12, discussion of a stop sign at the intersection of Tender Trail and Farm Gate Path. Joe or Chris, I don't know if you'd like to comment on this.
I've reviewed it, Chris has reviewed it, we have no problem with installing a stop sign at that location. It meets all the federal requirements.
So we could set August 24th.
Yeah, that's fine. And Chief, I just want to clarify, it would be on Tender at the intersection with Farm Gate, I think?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We can make a motion, we set August 24th, 2009 for the public hearing.
Second.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Ryda?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes. Number 13, Charlotte, do you want to address that, or did you get the numbers that it's going to cost?
I did. And I talked to Mark Parrish today, and the sewer project along Thompson Road, which includes Cobblestone and Griffin Drive, is entirely feasible with gravity sewers. So to me it was good news not to hear that there would have to be any kind of pump station put in. That was good news financially for these folks. The parcels along Thompson Road would actually be run underneath Thompson Road and gone connected in with the sewers on John Gray in the crossings. Thank you. I keep wanting to say something else. The parcels on Griffin Drive would actually flow with the gravity sewer down to Cobblestone Apartments. So it's entirely feasible for these people here. The only couple of properties that wouldn't be included that I went and talked to the people would be a property on the other side of Thompson Road, on the Believers Chapel side of Thompson Road, because that parcel could not be included with the gravity flow. And it looks like Chuck Yabby's property and one property I don't know, maybe these couple here by Griffin Drive are going to be included, but it doesn't look like that property is going to make it. I'm not quite sure if that is his or just a large lot next to it, but I'd like you to explain the costs,
Sure.
please.
Sure. So we looked at actually 3 alternatives. We looked at serving the entire service area, so what Charlotte just spoke about, and then we also looked at just serving Thompson Road. which would be a separate gravity sewer, and then the properties on Griffin Drive, because that again would be a separate sewer. So what we did was, in order to develop construction costs and then project costs, we've got to include construction, engineering, legal, miscellaneous costs. So what we assumed was, that, that the financing would be by like a 20-year loan, financed at 4%, which is reasonable to assume. And then, we look at what existing construction costs are. And in addition to that, there's also the operation and maintenance component. There's a charge from the Onondaga County Consolidated Sanitary District for transmission and treatment of sewage, but then there's also a charge for being in the town sewer district. So when you include those, include the construction cost, and then the engineering, legal, and miscellaneous, the project cost range to serve the entire service area was $320,000 to $400,000. For serving just the Thompson Road properties, it was $210,000 to $260,000. And then for Griffin Drive properties, it was $140,000 to $170,000. Now, we worked out the annual cost, estimated annual cost, based on that 20-year loan at 4%, and then including the operation and maintenance, the annual operation and maintenance costs. So what that works out to be for the number of properties we're talking about serving, for the entire service area, it would range from just over $1,400 to just over $1,700. For the Thompson Road properties, it would be $1,600 to $1,900. Griffin Drive, it would be $1,100 to just over $1,300. So now that's per parcel, per unit.
For 20 years.
For 20 years. But then, of course, the operation maintenance costs are an ongoing fee that people would see every year, even after the debt service is paid off on those sewers.
So it's all in this Northern Boulevard Sewer District? It's all in one sewer district?
I think it's actually in, I think it's in the Cicero Sewer District, all of these properties, I believe. I mean, that's the way it's shown on the general plan. There is a sewer district boundary. It does appear that the John Gray sewers are in the Northern Boulevard Sewer District. So we would be connecting across the district.
Okay, I see. I see the annotation over here that I didn't catch before.
So we're talking about over, depending on the combination, if you're looking at alternative 1, 2, or 3, you're looking at over $1,100 per year, up to probably $1,900 a year, depending on which alternative is going to be considered. Just another thing, just to note, we put this in our letter report dated July 22nd, 2009, and that's just related to the state comptroller and their approval of the costs. And for 2009, for town sewer districts, the state comptroller has established a limit of $739. So that's just something to consider in comparing them to the costs that we developed.
Before you send it to the state, do you have to go back to the folks and ask them if they really want it or not?
Generally what you need now, I think, would be an official petition from the property owners if they wanted to move forward with this. And then when the town board potentially acts on the petition and potentially approves of the sewer district, the improvements, that's when it gets sent to the state comptroller for what's basically final approval.
Okay.
Well, the state has set a $739 limit. What do you do for the difference?
Oh, you can do the difference, it's just you need their permission to do it because it's over
so you can't
threshold.
raise it,
yes,
but
you need their
As
permission.
long as everybody's willing to pay it.
if they're willing to
That's
pay
the
the
problem.
difference, right?
You could be talking
Yeah.
$1,700.
Probably, yeah, you're right, probably for 20 years.
That's a long time. Yeah. So are you going to get?
So this, wait, just one more question here. So these costs of between $1,100 and $1,900, is that $318 county tax or county cost? And the 720 town cost included in those numbers?
I believe it is because we do list out the debt service and then we list out the total annual cost. So the $7.20 for the town sewer charge and then the county sewer charge of $318.37, I think are included in that.
And that, I don't mean to cut you off, Michelle, but the other thing is too, is that county and town charge generally increases too. That's not gonna stay constant over 20 years.
No, yeah. I'm sure.
So you wanna check with them, Charlotte, and let them
Yeah, definitely.
know what's going on,
Yeah.
and bring it back to us?
Yeah.
Let us know what's happening.
I will. I probably gotta get some copies of this thing
Sure.
to give to people.
Just let us know how many copies you need.
Okay, well. Yeah.
30,
We can count
30
them.
properties.
We can count them. Because we'll stop and talk to everybody.